When he was holding a mirror up to the people in the Constituent Assembly and asking them to have a look at themselves, they didn't like it. Because very few people like to acknowledge historical truth about themselves. We like to create a narrative which shows us in a good light. We don't like to see the wrongs we've committed, historical wrongs, or our bad behavior in the past. We want to forget it. When he said for 6,000 years, you people have been treating us shabbily, it's, it's, it's a given, it's a fact. Because Adivasis and non-Adivasis have never intermingled. They have never mixed. The non-Adivasis have held the Adivasis off at arm's length, given them various derogatory names, and tended to treat them that way. When he was asked about the system of governance, he said that you can't teach Adivasis democracy, you have to learn democracy from them. On the face of it could be a very facile statement. But if you look at what he meant, how does democracy operate? What is democracy? Democracy is a society where each citizen has an equal say. Now, only in those societies which is egalitarian can each citizen have an equal say. Moment you have a hierarchical society, despite the window dressing, all the citizens do not have an equal say. And because Adivasi society by its very nature of a lack of money, everyone's egalitarian. There is no material showing off. So everyone is treated as equal. If I have more fields, my granary will be fuller, but I will not be wearing gold. My wife will not be dripping with diamonds. So it's equal. What I eat is what they eat. The poorest Adivasi in the village also has the ability to go and kill a chicken, or to go and kill a wild boar, or to go and kill a deer, or to go and kill a peacock, or whatever it is, and eat. And that's not restricted to any one person. So this sense of egalitarian creates a sense of democracy that if any problem has to be confronted by the community, everyone has an equal say. It is not the hierarchical society where the person sitting on the top of the hierarchy, who is going to get most affected, has the biggest say. Because he wants to protect his wealth, he wants to protect his territory, whatever it is. So the person down the line, who could also be affected, is treated as unimportant because he is not economically as well off and doesn't show, so it doesn't matter. In what it itself is a derogatory term, what we call a simple society, money doesn't play a very important part. Right? Now there are pros and cons. In today's world, if you look at it, because the Adivasis live with nature, their need for money hasn't been there, or because of the lack of money, they've had to live with nature. So they have preserved nature. You look at societies which have worshipped money, and look at the environmental mess they're in today. At that time, they wouldn't have been able to predict it. But it has happened. So this is a historical truism. Now, if you don't have money, if you don't drive a fancy car, if you don't wear an expensive watch, if you don't wear fancy clothes, you are considered uncivilized. Civilization has taken on the meaning of wealth. The wealthier the nation, the more civilized they are. We have a class of land called Gair Mazura, which basically means no farmer is tilling it. It doesn't mean that that land is de facto the government's. It is a community land. And if someone needs that land, it is a community decision to give him land. That is democracy. It is not for one person, the Para Raja, to say that, okay, I am the Para Raja, so I say that you have this piece of land. And the system of governance was that any dispute was first solved in the village. If it could not be solved in the village, then it would be sent up to the Para Raja to adjudicate and help. Any dispute between two villages was always sent to the Para Raja because he is an independent person to decide what to do. And they'd sit, and in front of everyone a decision would be taken, everyone would be listened to. There was no thing of hiring expensive lawyers and making the system so sophisticated that justice went out of the reach of the common man. That is democracy.